Yeah, I step into the night street, whisper my name, footsteps echo through the alleys, nothing feels the same. City lights flicker like memories in my mind, and every shadow that moves is a story I find. I've been running, chasing dreams that fade like smoke, counting every heartbeat, every word I never spoke. Hustle in my veins, pressure in my chest, but tonight I slow it down, let the city do the rest. Concrete jungle, neon rivers flowing, past mistakes linger, but I keep on going. Every corner I turn, a new chapter unfolds. Lessons in the dark, wisdom bought, not sold. I've seen faces, felt the cold stare of doubt, heard the lies, battled the silence, found my routing in the quiet. When the wind hits just right, I feel my soul rising, taking flight. Bridge over rivers of light, reflections in the rain. I replay my journey, joy tangled with pain, but I step steady, eyes forward, no retreat. The rhythm of the night syncs with my heartbeat. Stories untold, I let the words breathe, painting my life on streets, nothing up my sleeve. Every verse is a pulse, every rhyme a confession, a map of my soul, a late night session. I speak to the stars, city listens back, every lamp, every neon fills the cracks. I'm alive, I'm here, I'm more than my fears, learning from losses, counting the years. The beat rolls on, a heartbeat in my chest, and outright is smooth, letting go of the rest. Reflections of the night, a mirror to my mind. I leave the past behind, treasures left to find. Footsteps fade slow, horizon starts to glow. I whisper to the dawn, letting every secret show. This night, these streets, they shape who I am. A man on a mission, taking life as it stands. Yeah, step into the morning, heavy but free. Nighttime lessons echo, part of my legacy. Every rhythm, every rhyme, a piece of my soul. In the heart of the city, I finally feel whole, yeah. I step into the neon glow, city breathing slow. Every street corner a memory, every lamp a story. The wind whispers secrets that I barely understand, but I listen anyway, letting it thread through my thoughts. Concrete underfoot, I move like a shadow in motion. Faces blur past me, strangers chasing ghosts, but I keep my eyes forward, finding rhythm in the silence. Sometimes I think of the days I lost, yeah. Laughs that faded before I could hold them. Words I never spoke that still hang in the air, and yet there's a pulse that keeps me moving, a beat beneath my ribs that says I'm alive. A car hums in the distance like a low note of a song, and I match my steps to it, weaving my story into the night. Every neon sign flickers like it's breathing with me, painting moments in light that'll fade by morning. I remember the nights I thought I'd break, the hours spent staring at the ceiling, the fear that whispered I wasn't enough. But the streets know my strength, the night knows my persistence, and I find a strange comfort in the shadows. A rhythm grows soft, tats layering over the bass, and I feel my voice rising, almost unconsciously, telling tales of where I've been and where I still plan to go. Yeah, yeah. It's up to plan to go. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sometimes I pause, letting the silence stretch, listening to the hum of the city like a heartbeat. And I wonder who else is walking these streets, feeling the same weight, the same hope, the same pull of light. The beat drops minimal but sharp, and I step into it, letting the music guide me. The memories don't scare me anymore, they fuel me, shaping the verses I carry in my chest. By the time the night leans toward dawn, my footsteps slow but steady, I realize I move more than just through streets. I move through fear, through doubt, through myself. The city exhales with me, the neon fading in the soft amber glow. And I smile quietly, knowing that every step, every rhyme, every beat is a part of a journey I own. I walk until the horizon swells with first light, and in that glow I understand the night isn't just darkness, it's a canvas. And I am the painter, the rhythm, the story all at once. Yeah, 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 yeah. I stroll through quiet streets, jazz spilling from somewhere unseen, soft piano chords weaving into the night air, a rhythm that feels like an old friend guiding my steps. Through alleys and reflections, the city hums, but differently now. Each lamppost a note, each shadow a subtle chord. And I let my voice ride the melody of memory, telling stories only the night can hold. I think of nights like this before, sneakers hidden puddles, laughter lost in echoes, conversations I wish I'd remembered, dreams I almost dared to chase. The streets hold them all quietly, absorbing the light and darkness with patience. The sub-bass hums beneath my chest, matching the heartbeat of the city, while hi-hats tick softly like raindrops on a rooftop I can almost see. I step in rhythm, letting music carry the weight of regrets I can't undo, of moments I wish I could relive. I can only, 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 I can only. A distant saxophone wails, slow and smoky, and I imagine it telling me what I already know, that the night is both mirror and teacher, that every step, every breath, every note is a lesson stitched into the soul. I pause beneath the street lamp, watching reflections ripple across the pavement, and I let myself remember faces, voices, fragments of love and friendship that shaped me. Even when I didn't notice, the melody swells, piano and sax blending. My voice rises soft but certain, telling of resilience, of the quiet victories hidden in small moments, finding peace in motion, in rhythm, in light. By the time the horizon softens into early dawn, violet yielding to warm gold, I've walked through more than streets. I've walked through time, through memory, doubt and hope, and I step forward with the night still in me, steady, whole and ready for the day ahead.
I walk the boulevard slow tonight. City lights dripping like a memory. Shadows stretching long behind me, whispering secrets only I can hear. The pavement is warm with the ghosts of the day, and the moon hangs low like it's listening. Waiting for my thoughts to fall in a rhythm, waiting for the truth I keep swallowing. I breathe in the quiet, a rare kind of silence in a restless world, and every step becomes a confession, soft but certain, like I'm tracing my own story back to where it began. I don't rush it, I let the night fold around me, every corner glowing like a heartbeat, every window showing a life I never lived. I tell myself I'm stronger, even when the mirror in my mind disagrees, even when doubt sits heavy on my shoulders. But tonight I wear my name like armor. I let the rhythm push the weight from my chest. I let the chill let thread clarity through my thoughts. I keep walking slow, steady to the unspoken beat I've always followed. Memories rise and fall like city tides, faces I love, moments I lost, promises that never grew into anything real, but I hold them gently. Because even broken things have stories, and even regrets shine a little under the street lamps. I'm learning not to hate the past, only to understand it, only to stand taller because of it. The wind shifts, carrying the scent of something familiar, like someone whispering my name far away. I don't turn back, I'm done looking over my shoulder. This road is mine, this rhythm is mine, and the world feels softer when I move to my own tempo. I'm not who I was last winter, not who I was last night, not even who I was when I started this walk. I let the chorus rise inside me, unwritten but alive, a worldless celebration humming in my chest, a pulse that sinks with the quiet beat of the city. And somewhere between these empty blocks I finally feel the shift, the moment when fear melts in determination, when loneliness becomes a kind of freedom, when the night stops being a shelter and becomes a doorway. So I step through it unafraid, my voice steady in the cool air, my breath matching the rhythm of the distant traffic. I tell myself again, I'm stronger, I'm brighter, I'm becoming someone I can finally believe in. And the night listens, holding every syllable gently, like it knows I mean every word. I walk until the skyline blurs, until my heartbeat softens, until the weight of the past dissolves into the glow ahead. No finish line, no destination, just motion, just a girl moving forward with the rhythm of her own truth, letting the future bloom with every quiet step. And as the sky shifts toward dawn, I whisper to the rising light, I'm still here, I'm still walking. And for the first time in a long time, that's enough. Street lights flicker as I move through the quiet avenues, shadows stretching longer than the thoughts I try to chase. Every step is a question I whisper to the night, a hope tangled with doubt, a rhythm only I can hear. The city hums beneath my feet, a low vibration that matches the pulse in my chest. I think of yesterday, of promises made and broken, of laughter that dissolved like smoke into the sky. A car passes, headlights painting fleeting patterns, and I let the movement carry me forward. I close my eyes for a moment, breathing in the stories that the wind brings, stories of love, of loss, of moments I almost lived. I remember faces that linger in my mind, smiles that felt like warmth, touches that burned like fire. And I realize that even in absence, they shape the person I am becoming. The rhythm of my steps syncs with the bass in my head, a subtle groove that grows with each block I cross. The air is cool, carrying whispers of life beyond the walls, and I feel a kind of freedom in knowing the night doesn't judge, it only witnesses. I pass a corner cafe, empty but glowing, and I imagine voices, laughter, music spilling into the street. I walk slower, letting the silence fill me, letting every unspoken word fold into the space around me. The sky deepens, hints of violet creeping along the horizon, and I think of all the paths that led me here, the roads that twisted and turned with no map, but somehow always brought me back to myself. A gentle melody drifts from somewhere soft, almost imperceptible, and I hum along, weaving it into the rhythm of my thoughts. Time stretches, dissolves, becomes fluid, and I realize that walking is more than moving, it's remembering. By the time the first light of dawn brushes the rooftops, I'm still walking, still breathing, still alive. Every shadow, every neon glow, every distant sound is stitched into the story I carry in my chest. And in that quiet victory of morning's arrival, I smile, knowing the night has given me a gift. Patience, presence, and the gentle truth that the journey itself is what I was always searching for. The city sleeps, but I can't. My thoughts moving faster than the night. Streetlights flicker like memories broken yet beautiful, painting the cracks in my mind with their soft glow. I walk through quiet avenues, hearing the whispers of the wind, feeling the pulse of a rhythm that isn't mine, but it carries me anyway. Every step is a question, a promise, a confession I'm not ready to voice aloud. Or I think about the people I loved and lost, the words I wanted to say but never could. They linger like smoke in the corners of my eyes, and I let them drift with me, letting the night transform me, wade into something lighter. The bass hums low, matching the beat of my heart, and I hum with it softly, almost imperceptibly, creating a melody that only the city understands. Each note is a release, each pause a breath, each shadow a reflection of the part of me I pass an empty cafe, warm light spilling on a wet cobblestones, imagining laughter and music I'll never hear, and yet it comforts me knowing life goes on even when I feel alone. The streets are alive with stories I will never know, and I carry a few of them quietly in my chest. Somewhere a distant car horn echoes, and I let it punctuate the rhythm of my stride. Soft hi-hats in the night, beats that build without notice. I stop for a moment, letting the air fill my lungs, letting the past dissolve into the glow around me. A melody rises inside, fragile and unsteady, growing with each step I take, like a tide pulling me towards something unseen. I let it guide me, every note, every rhythm unfolding in ways I can't predict, but trust. By the time the first blush of dawn kisses the rooftops, I've walked through hours of solitude, through echoes understand. The city holds me, the rhythm carries me, and I am more than the moments that try to define me. Every step, every note, every shadow I've passed is stitched into the story of who I am becoming. The night feels endless, yet it wraps around me gently like a familiar coat I forgot I owned. I walk past empty streets, neon reflections stretching across puddles, shifting with every step I take. Somewhere a melody drifts from a distant apartment, soft piano notes threading through the quiet. I hum on, letting it weave into my thoughts, painting my memories in gentle, wavering light. I think of the faces I've loved and the words I never said, moments folded into pockets of time, waiting to be unfolded tonight. The wind carries fragments of stories I'll never hear, but somehow they feel like home. A car passes slowly, headlights flicking across wet asphalt, and I let the rhythm of my steps fall into its pulse. The city breathes with me, each shadow a companion, each lamp a witness to my wandering thoughts. I pause beneath a flickering streetlight, watching the reflection of my face ripple in the puddle. I let myself remember, let myself feel, without judgment, without rushing. Soft hi-hats layer over the quiet, subtle drums marking the passage of hours. I speak to the moon, whispering secrets that have lived too long in the silence of my chest. The nightlight listens, folds them into its infinite calm. I move again, slower now, savoring the cadence, the weight of every unspoken word, every touch that lingered and faded. The neon paints my path, guiding me through the dark, and I feel my heart sinking with the city's pulse. By the time the sky hints at dawn, violet bleed into gold. I've walked through shadows and light, through memories and dreams, and I realize the night has given me more than I expected. I step into the quiet glow of morning, the air cool and soft on my skin. Every note, every echo, every reflection has stitched itself into the rhythm of my soul. And I carry the night with me, alive, whole, and ready for the day ahead. The night feels like a soft sight, streets glistening under neon lights, and I walk slowly, letting memories drift like clouds across my mind. Every shadow whispers a story, every reflection a fragment of who I am. I think of faces I can no longer call, words that slip through my lips too late, moments folded embedded into corners of time I can't reach in daylight. And yet the night holds them tenderly, letting them drift alongside me. Soft bass hums beneath my steps, hi-hats tick like distant raindrops, and I hum a melody no one hears but me, woven from fragments of laughter, loss and hope. Neon lights ripple in puddles, fracturing everything into something fragile, yet beautiful like memories themselves. I pass an empty park, shadows stretching long, and I feel the weight of solitude turn gentle, each heartbeat sinking with the rhythm of the city. I speak softly to the moon, sharing secrets I cannot speak aloud, letting the night hold them in quiet understanding. The ambient paths swell, weaving through the streets, piano notes flicker like distant stars, and I hum again, letting my thoughts fold into music, letting shadows dance with echoes, letting the night cradle my heart. Hours stretch unmarked, but I feel everyone in the vibration of sub-bass, in the gentle rise and fall of pads, in each soft hi-hat that marks the passing moments. I think of dreams postponed, loves lost, and I fold them into melodies I can carry forward, letting rhythm and reflection become my companions. By the time dawn tints the horizon, violet bleeding into pale gold, I've walked through shadows, through stories, through echoes of music and memory alike. The night leaves its mark inside me, every note, every whisper, every fleeting light, becoming part of who I am. And I step into morning, carrying rhythm, dreams, and quiet strength. The night glimmers with 1,000 unseen stars, streets shimmering like liquid silver under my feet. I walk slowly, letting the air wrap around me, carrying whispers of dreams too fragile to hold in daylight. I think of moments that slip through my fingers, of voices that faded before I could answer, and I let them float alongside me like lanterns drifting in the dark, illuminating pieces of my past I almost forgot. Soft bass hums beneath the quiet, hi-hats tick like distant rain, and every step I take writes a verse in the poem of this endless night. Neon reflections ripple in puddles, fracturing light and memory alike, and I hum a melody that belongs to no one but me. I pass an empty park, shadows stretching long, and I feel the weight of solitude transform into a gentle rhythm, each heartbeat matching the pulse of the city. I speak softly to the moon, telling stories I can't tell anyone else, letting the night hold them tenderly. Somewhere faint music drifts from an unseen window, piano notes mingling with distant laughter, and I fold them into my stride, letting the unseen soundtrack guide me. We weaving through alleys and street corners that carry echoes of lives I'll never know. The wind brushes my face like a whispered secret, and I pause beneath a lamp, watching my reflection ripple in the puddle. I hum again, layering memories with imagination, letting shadows become friends, letting silence become music. Hours pass unnoticed, but I feel time in every soft vibration of the sub-bass, in every gentle swell of pads, in every step that moves me forward through the labyrinth of thoughts and reflections. The night listens without judgment, folding regrets, hopes, and fleeting joys into a tapestry that feels alive beneath my feet. Touches the rooftops, violet melting into pale gold. I've walked through stories, memories, and melodies, and the night leaves its mark inside me. Every note, every shadow, every echo becomes a part of who I am. And I step into morning, carrying rhythm, dreams, and light.
The night hums softly, a quiet backdrop to wandering thoughts. I move through streets empty and familiar, letting the rhythm of the city sync with mine. Every step a soft drum, every breath a note. I think about the choices I made today, the words I said, the ones I held back. Neon glows in puddles reflect my tired face. Fractured lights blending memory and reality, and I hum along with the bass, letting music carry the weight of everything unsaid. Cars drift by with distant horns, but I stay grounded in this gentle rhythm. The hi-hats tick like raindrops on a window, and I let each echo unfold naturally, like a story written only for the night to hear. I pass a bridge, watching reflections ripple and fade, and I think about all the people I've lost and found, friends that slipped away, faces that linger still. Each memory is stitched into the fabric of this night, and I let it guide my voice low and steady, telling stories that belong to no one but me. The melody grows, pads swelling softly, piano notes weaving between streets and shadows, and I hum a little louder, letting the music carry my thoughts, folding regrets into harmony, turning silence into rhythm. I pause beneath the flickering lamp, watching the city breathe, alive and patient. I speak softly to it, to myself, sharing truths I dare not say in daylight. The night listens and in return offers clarity, release, and calm. I think of dreams postponed, promises I've yet to keep, and I let them float with the wind, letting the rhythm of the night make them lighter, folding them into melodies I can carry forward. By the time dawn brushes the skyline, violet giving way to soft gold, I've walked through streets, through memories, through music and silence alike. The night has left its mark in every heartbeat, and I step in the morning grounded, alive, and ready to carry its rhythm into the day. is heavy yet it moves with grace. Streets empty yet alive with stories untold. I walk slowly, letting every step blend with the hum of the city, every puddle reflecting fragments of memory. I think of nights like this before, faces and voices I can't reach anymore, words left unsaid and laughter that faded too soon. The neon lights ripple over wet asphalt, fracturing reflections bending time, and I let the bass carry me gently through it all. Soft pads float above, airy and light, hi-hats tick like whispers, subtle but constant. And I hum low, letting my voice ride the ebb and flow of rhythm and memory. Every shadow holds a story, every corner a verse in the song of midnight. I pause under a dim street lamp, watching reflections ripple in the puddle at my feet. I speak softly, not to anyone, just to the night, letting it hold my thoughts, letting regrets, hopes and small joys folding into melodies I can carry forward. Cars drift past, tires hissing on asphalt, the distant hum matching my pulse. I step in time, finding calm in motion, letting rhythm and city breathe together. Stories of love lost, dreams deferred, and quiet victories thread through every note. The night deepens, hours bending around me, and I walk through memory, reflection and sound. Sub-bass hums beneath pads swell, hi-hats mark time, and the vinyl crackle weaves a subtle layer of warmth into the air. By the time dawn brushes the skyline, violet melting into soft amber, I walk through streets, thoughts and melodies, through shadows, echoes and moments I almost forgot. The night leaves its mark inside me, and I step in the morning grounded, aware, alive, carrying rhythm, memory and light forward. The night is quiet, but my mind is loud. Streetlights shimmer on wet asphalt, casting fragments of myself back at me that I didn't recognize before. Every step I take echoes into the dark, a rhythm only I can hear, sinking with the beat in my chest. I think of all the roads I've walked, the faces I've loved and lost, of promises I made when I was younger, naive to the weight of words, the city watches silently. It's neon glow reflecting in my eyes, and I let myself remember. Cars drift by, low hums and occasional horns, but I am alone in my stride. Letting the night become my confessional, my sanctuary, my stage. I breathe in the cool air, letting it thread through my thought, pulling the heavy from my chest. I've made mistakes more than I care to count, but tonight I honor them. Each misstep shaped me, each failure whispered lessons I never heard in daylight. And so I walk step by step, learning to forgive myself in the rhythm of the streets. The bass hums soft, the hi-hats tick like distant raindrops, and I hum along, my voice low, telling stories of nights spent chasing shadows, of friends who disappeared in the glow of ambition, of love I couldn't hold, and of hope that still lingers stubbornly. I pass a bridge, water reflecting the city lights, and I imagine my reflection speaking back, reminding me of all I've survived. The night stretches long, folding into itself, moments of clarity punctuating the darkness, moments of doubt slipping quietly away. I think about dreams deferred, about plans that fell apart, about people I let down and people I let go, and I realize that even in solitude there is rhythm, there is purpose, there is motion. Every shadow, every echo, every light is stitched into the fabric of who I am. I think about dreams deferred, about plans that fell apart, about people I let down and people I let go, and I realize that even in solitude there is rhythm, there is purpose, there is motion. Every shadow, every echo, every light stitched into the fabric of who I am. By the time the sky hints at dawn, violet bleeding into soft gold, I've walked miles without knowing the distance, navigating streets, memories and inner fears. But I am steady, I am grounded, and the rhythm of the night remains in me, a quiet testament to endurance, to growth, to life. I step in the morning, soft light brushing my face, and the city exhales with me. Everything I've walked through, the streets, the beats, the memories that shape this moment. I am alive, I am whole, and for the first time in a long while I feel at peace with the journey. Rolls on, soft and slow, streets empty but alive with quiet stories. I walk letting the sound of my shoes blend with the distant hum of the city. Every step a note in the melody of midnight. I think of all the paths I've walked, of words I spoke too soon and words I never said. Neon reflections ripple on wet asphalt, fracturing memories and dreams alike. And I hum along, letting the bass guide my stride. The sax drifts in soft and smoky, wrapping the night in a warm embrace. Hi-hats tick like raindrops, each one marking a thought, each one carrying a weight of its own. I step slowly, savoring the rhythm, letting the city breathe through me. Corners and alleys pass by unnoticed, but I remember them all. Every laughter, every heartbreak, every fleeting glance. The piano hums beneath the surface, and I let my voice write its chords, telling stories only the night could hear. Stories of growth, loss, and quiet victories. A car glides by, headlights slicing through darkness, and I match my pace to its hum, finding a steady cadence that makes solitude feel like company, that makes reflection feel like art. I pause beneath the dim lamp, watching my reflection ripple in a puddle, and I speak softly to it, sharing truths I dare not say aloud. The night listens, folds my secrets into its rhythm, and in return offers clarity and calm. Hours stretch unnoticed, but I feel them in the pulse of sub-bass and the swell of synth pads and the echo of every hi-hat. Dreams deferred, promises broken, all fold into melodies I can carry forward. And I step through the night lighter, steady alive. By the time dawn brushes the skyline, violet melting into gold, I've walked through streets, thoughts and memory, through melody and silence alike. The city exhales with me, and I step into morning, grounded, whole and ready for the rhythm of the day.
The night stretches endlessly, soft and heavy, wrapping me in its quiet embrace. I walk through empty streets, every step a whisper against the asphalt, every shadow a memory brushing against me. Neon signs flicker gently, casting colors on puddles like broken rainbows. I let myself linger in their glow, listening to the rhythm of my own heartbeat, feeling the city breathe beneath me. I remember voices that no longer call my name, laughs that dissolved into the wind, and I carry them like small treasures, hidden voluminous in the folds of my mind. The bass hums low, guiding me, and hi-hats tick like distant raindrops, marking time I can only feel, not see. Soft melody drifts from somewhere unknown, piano and pads entwine, and I hum along, letting it flow through the empty avenues, through the corners of my thoughts I rarely explore in daylight. The night holds me accountable, but without judgment, and I walk step by step through memories, through dreams, through shadows. Each note I carry, each echo I leave behind is stitched into the rhythm of the dark, a tapestry of silence and sound. I pause beneath a flickering lamp, watching my reflection ripple in the puddle. I speak softly to it, to the night, to myself, letting unspoken words drift away, letting them fold into the air, letting them become part of the music around me. Hours pass unmarked, but I feel time in every step, every breath, every soft vibration of sub-bass and synth. The city holds its secrets close, and I am both observer and participant, folded into its ambient pulse. By the time the horizon blushes with first light, violet melting into gold, I've walked through shadows and melodies, through memory and quiet revelations. The night has given me stories, and I carry them into the morning, alive, grounded, and full of rhythm. The streets are empty, but my mind is crowded with echoes of conversations that never happened, with shadows of feelings I buried too deep. Streetlights shimmer on the wet pavement, casting fractured reflections of the person I've been and the person I'm learning to become. I walk past closed shops, neon flickering, the hum of the city like a distant lullaby. Each step I take carries the weight of memory, but also the rhythm of release. I hum quietly to myself, a melody stitched from fragments of lost dreams, soft but insistent, guiding me forward. Somewhere a car passes, tires hissing on the asphalt, and I let the movement sync with my heartbeat. I remember faces I can no longer call, voices that lingered longer than I expected, moments folded into corners of time I cannot touch. The bass hums gently, sub-bass rumbling through the night, hi-hats tick like raindrops, and I step to the rhythm of the unseen music. The city listens, silent and patient, absorbing every thought I dare to release. I pass a bridge, water reflecting the neon glow, and I imagine my reflection speaking back, telling me the truths I hide from myself. There is pain, yes, but also resilience, a quiet determination to continue walking, to continue feeling, to continue remembering. The night stretches, hours bending and folding, every shadow a reminder, every lamp a guide. I speak softly to the moon, letting it hold the stories I cannot tell anyone else. It listens without judgment, it's like casting hope over cracks and scars. I think of dreams I set aside, of promises I didn't keep to myself, of love that faded too quickly, but I let each memory dissolve, gently folding into the music of the night, letting rhythm and melody cradle me until I feel weightless again. By the time dawn hints at the skyline, violet melting into soft amber, I have walked through miles of thought, through echoes, shadows and light. The city exhales with me, and I feel a quiet victory in knowing that even in solitude I am moving forward, whole, alive and free.
The streets are quiet tonight, but my mind won't settle. Neon reflections ripple on wet asphalt, catching moments I thought I forgot, and every step echoes a rhythm only I can feel, soft but insistent, pulling me forward. I think of days I ran, not from people but from myself. Shadows of mistakes clinging like smoke, but the night is a way of clearing the air, letting me breathe, letting me see the lines that connect the past with the man I'm becoming. A car hums far off, tires whispering on concrete, and I match my pace to it, letting the motion guide me. City lights flicker against glass facades, mirroring thoughts I never shared. Conversations with ghosts to shape me. Sometimes I pause, leaning against a lamppost, letting the bass in my chest sink with the beat of the streets. I think about every promise I broke, every word I left unsaid. Every time I doubted I could rise above the noise, but tonight feels different. There's a patience in the darkness, a quiet approval in the cool wind brushing my face. I take it in step by step, letting the music of the night become my own soundtrack. The rhythm grows, subtle hi-hats clicking in time, and I find my voice rising within me, telling stories of pain and triumph. Streets walked alone, of lessons earned in the silence between the lights. A melody drifts through the alleys, soft and low, and I hum along, weaving it into my stride. I feel alive in a way I haven't before. Every corner, every shadow, a reminder that growth is a quiet revolution. By the time the horizon blushes with early dawn, my steps slow, but the pulse in my veins remains. I've walked further than streets could hold, traveled through memories, doubts and hope, and emerged stronger on the other side. The city exhales, the air warm with morning, and I smile, knowing the night has left its mark. Every beat, every echo, every light is stitched into the man I am today. Moving forward with rhythm, with strength, with purpose.
The streets are quiet, yet my mind is alive, filled with echoes of things I couldn't say. Faces I miss and dreams I chase too late. Neon lights flicker in puddles at my feet, casting colors that bend and shimmer, fracturing my reflection into pieces I almost forgot. I walk slowly, letting the rhythm of my steps sync with the hum of the city. Soft pads and distant bows forming a lullaby for my restless thoughts. Every shadow becomes a companion, every lamppost a gentle guide. I think about the past, about words left unspoken, moments that slipped away like sand through fingers. And yet I hum quietly to myself, folding memories into the night, letting them drift along with the vinyl crackle. Somewhere a distant melody drifts from an apartment, piano notes mingling with laughter I cannot hear. And I let it thread into my stride, weaving stories through alleys and empty streets, making the unseen familiar, turning solitude into a rhythm I can follow. My hair like soft whispers, and I pause under a flickering street lamp, watching reflections ripple across the puddles. I hum again, letting the music cradle my memories, letting shadows dance in sync with my heartbeat, letting the night carry the weight of my thoughts. Hours unfold unnoticed, gentle sway of synth pads and every soft hi-hat that marks my steps. I think of promises I almost kept, of loves I let go too soon, of hope that still flickers despite everything. By the time dawn creeps across the rooftops, violet melting in a soft amber, I have walked through stories, memories and melodies, and the night leaves a gentle mark in my chest. Every note, every shadow, every whisper becomes a part of who I am. And I step into morning carrying rhythm, light and resilience.
The streets are silent yet alive with story, echoes of steps, whispers of lives that passed before me. I walk slowly, letting the rhythm of the night sync with the beat in my chest. Every step a punctuation, every shadow a note. I think about the choices I've made, the words I never spoke, the bridges I burned and those I crossed too late. The city hums softly beneath my feet, a companion in this quiet reflection. Yeah, neon lights cast colors on wet asphalt, fractured reflections of who I was, who I am becoming. I let the bass guide me, hi-hats ticking like raindrops in rhythm, and I hum low, letting my voice carry the weight of memory and hope alike. I pass corners I know by heart, alleyways filled with silent music only I hear. And I remember nights like this before, moments I thought would last forever but slip quietly into the dark. The melody grows, subtle but insistent, soft pads blending with electric piano, and my words write it, telling stories of love lost, lessons learned and the quiet victories hidden in ordinary nights. Somewhere a car passes, its hum of soft punctuation in the city's canvas. I match my steps to its rhythm, finding in motion a kind of freedom, a gentle proof that life moves even when I feel stuck in memory. I pause under a dim street lamp, watching my reflection in a puddle ripple and fade. And I speak softly to it, to the night, to myself, letting regrets dissolve into the rhythm around me. Hours unfold without notice, every step stitched into the night, every breath harmonizing with the ambient sounds. I think about past not taken, dreams deferred, loves that slipped away, and I let the night cradle them, folding them into melodies I can carry forward. By the time dawn brushes the horizon, violet fading into soft gold, I walk miles in thought and shadow, through memory, hope and quiet revelations. The night leaves its mark and I step in the morning steady, alive and whole, alive and whole, and whole, and whole. The streets hum under the glow of neon, my shoes tracing patterns on wet asphalt, each step a note in the city's quiet symphony. I've been running in circles, chasing shadows of dreams that flicker like the lights above me. But tonight I move slower, letting the rhythm carry me, letting the night decide the pace. Voices drift from somewhere soft and distant, laughter I don't recognize but feel inside. I imagine their stories weaving into mine, threads of a tapestry I'm only beginning to see. The bass rolls deep, grounding me, while hi-hats tick like distant raindrops. I breathe in the cool air, letting it thread clarity through my thoughts. And I realize the streets are teaching me what the day never could. A corner turns and I see my reflection in a shop window, fractured and alive. I nod to myself, a small acknowledgement of every step that brought me here, every mistake that taught me to rise again. The melody grows, synth pads swelling gently, my voice riding the flow, telling stories of nights spent in shadows, of lessons learned in silence, of the small victories that mean everything. Cars drift by, tires hissing on asphalt, and then I match their rhythm in stride, finding in their motion a strange comfort, a pulse to my own heart. I hum along, letting each line weave into the fabric of the night. Time stretches, moments expand, the city a canvas, each light a brush stroke, and I let my voice paint my journey across it. I speak of dreams, of failures, of the nights I thought I'd break but didn't. By the time the sky lightens, turning violet and amber, my pace slows, but my heartbeat remains strong. I've walked through shadows, music, memories, and doubt, emerging into the morning with stories stitched into my chest, and the rhythm of the night still carrying me forward.
Walking through the city lights, sneakers on the wet streets. Every reflection in the puddles mirrors my heartbeat. Neon signs flicker, casting stories in the dark. I feel the rhythm of the night, it's leaving a mark. I've been here before, chasing dreams that slipped away, counting all the empty promises of yesterday. But tonight is mine, I breathe and I own the air. Every whisper of the wind tells me someone cares. Faces pass by, strangers wrapped in their own worlds. I let the city guide me, every corner unfolds. Music in my head, words flowing like a stream, painting my emotions, living in a dream. Hey, I speak softly to the moon, secrets only she can hold. Every memory, every scar, stories untold. I'm learning how to let go, learning how to stand, finding pieces of myself scattered in the sand. Yeah. The bass hums low, heartbeat sinking with the track. I keep walking forward, never looking back. Lights blur like diamonds, shadows dance in time. I find my courage and rhythm, my peace in the rhyme. Every block tells a story, every step leaves a trace. I feel the night embrace me with gentle grace. Moments come and go, fleeting as a sigh, but I keep moving, letting dreams touch the sky. I bridge over quiet avenues, reflections in the glass. I let go of the weight of every broken past. The city breathes with me, every alley sings. I carry hope in my hands like invisible wings. I let the beat carry deeper into the night. Soft tints shimmer, everything feels right. I'm alive in the silence, thriving in the calm, finding beauty in struggle, strength in the harm. The rhythm builds slowly like a wave rolling in. I let it lift me, wash away what's been. Every verse I whisper, every note I breathe is a promise to myself, a life I will weave by the time the dawn creeps, painting skies in gold.